So now we're on to selling the job, which is obviously the most important part to make sure you close the job. If you're not selling the job properly, you're not going to land the job. And this is why it's important, as I said in the last video, to know what you want to charge, bidding high, and then knowing the lowest amount that you can charge to make profit on the job and it still be worth your time and still close the job by negotiating with the customer. So you do want to try to bid as many as you can, 95% preferably if your job's in person for a higher closing rate. However, again, if 75 to 80% is all you can do, or if you decide that you want to try the text message game and bid jobs over text, you can. However, you're going to deal with a lot of people that are doing price shopping. So when you get in there, a simple pitch you can use is, so we usually charge blank, but today I'll charge you this, and we can go ahead and start right now. This is going to show urgency, and that way you're able to close the job on the spot. Because if you're able to close the job on the spot without them going ahead and getting other quotes, or if they've already got other quotes and they'll tell you what those other quotes were, and you're willing to price match, whether it's higher than the lowest amount that you would do for that job, or if it still sounds reasonable and you know you'll make profit on it, you can still go ahead and say, hey, we can price match that. We'll get it done right now. So that way you don't have to worry about it and it'll be off your mind. And that's, again, closing the job as soon as you can is key. You don't want to be, unless you're a busy company, which will happen in the future, you're probably not going to be booked out 1-2 weeks in advance. And so until you get to that point, you want to try to offer same day and next day service as often as you can. That way you're able to close as many jobs as you can and get this higher closing rate. It also is going to help to explain why you're charging what you do. As you grow, you might not have payroll yet, but you're definitely going to have dump fees. You're going to have gas. You're going to have labor. So if you can just pick it up and throw it in your truck, that's one thing. But if it's a shed or play set and you have to actually demo it, you need to charge. Or even if it's giant furniture, you need to charge additionally for your labor. The location in the property, so if it's all the way in the backyard against the fence and you cannot back up to it and you're going to have to dolly or wheelbarrow it all the way out to the front, that's going to take extra time, and you want to stay competitive to other companies. And then of course your payroll, when you have employees, is going to also add into that factor. Now, it's very important to, if they say no, do you have another price in mind? This is what you're going to say. Or did you have a budget in mind? This is where your lowest bid or lowest price is going to come in, and you want to try to work with them so you can close that on the spot. It is going to take some trial and error. After a few jobs and realizing what your time is worth, you're going to need to realize what your lowest offer will be to seal the deal. Most people will agree once you come down on the price, but this is why pricing high first is the best option. It's better to hear a no and then come down to get the job instead of hearing a no on a lowball price or getting the job and regretting it. Because trust me, I've done it and you will still do it, even though I'm telling you this. It's a part of business, and sometimes it's hard to tell a customer when you've never done this before what you need to charge them, or it's weird to say a super high price and you hate hearing no's, but you have to get used to it in business because everybody is not your customer. And the sooner you get this down, the better off you're going to be, because issues are going to rise in your business no matter who you are. Okay, I promise you, things are going to come up. You're going to underbid jobs. When you train people, they're going to underbid jobs. It's a part of business. It's a part of training yourself and others, and it just comes with the territory of getting better. So in the next video, we're going to go over loading the truck, but go ahead and screenshot this so you can understand what you need to be doing to sell the job properly and make sure you close as many jobs as you can, or just make sure to come back to this video if you're having issues when it comes to closing those jobs.